Picture this. You are standing on the last night of Ramadan. The room is quiet. Your hands are raised. Tears are running down your face. Not from sadness, but from something deeper. From peace. From knowing that this month you actually showed up for yourself, for your family, and for Allah. Now here is the question that changes everything. What if that moment does not happen by accident? What if it is built, brick by brick, before Ramadan even begins?
Stay with us, because today we are going to show you exactly how to do that.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Talk, Learn, Teach, the channel where we grow together, one conversation at a time.
We are so glad you found us today, and if this is your first time here, welcome home. Seriously, welcome.
And if you have been with us for a while, you already know that we do not just talk at you, we talk with you. We go deep, we go real.
Today's episode is one of the most important we have ever made, and we mean that from the heart.
Before we dive in, we have a small but big request. Yes, small and big at the same time. Please subscribe to Talk, Learn, Teach right now. Hit that button. And if you know someone who is trying to improve their English and their Ramadan this year, share this video with them. Send it right now. You might change their entire month.
All right, let us begin, and we will speak slowly, clearly, and with heart so you can follow every single word. Let us start with something honest.
Yes, let us be real with each other.
Have you ever had a Ramadan that felt empty? You were fasting, you were doing the motions, but something inside felt like it was missing.
I have. I remember one Ramadan, I was maybe 23 years old. I was busy with university, stressed, overwhelmed, and Ramadan came like a surprise guest that I was not ready for.
What happened?
I fasted, I prayed, but my heart was somewhere else. I was thinking about exams, about problems, about everything except what Ramadan was actually asking of me. And when Eid came, I felt, incomplete.
Sloughy, like you missed a train that you were standing right next to.
Exactly that feeling.
And I think so many people feel this way. They go through Ramadan like it's a month of hunger and schedule, and they come out the other side without really changing anything.
But Ramadan was never designed to be just a schedule.
No, it was designed to be a transformation.
So today, we're talking about how to prepare not just your kitchen, not just your sleep routine, but your whole self, your inner world, your habits, your relationships, your mindset.
Because the way you enter Ramadan determines the way you will experience it.
Repeat after us. The way I enter Ramadan matters.
The way I enter Ramadan matters.
I will prepare before the moon rises.
I will prepare before the moon rises.
Let's understand what Ramadan is really asking from you.
Before we talk about how to prepare, we need to ask a deeper question. What is Ramadan actually asking from you?
Because most people think the answer is simple. Don't eat, don't drink, pray more. Done.
But that's only the surface.
Ramadan is the 9th month in the Islamic calendar. It's the month the Holy Quran began to be revealed. It's a month that has been described as a guest, a noble, generous guest that visits once a year.
And just like any important guest, how you welcome it changes the entire experience.
If you rush, if you're unprepared, if your house is messy and your mind is scattered, the guest arrives and you feel stressed instead of grateful.
But if you prepare, if you clean the space both physically and emotionally, the guest brings joy, not pressure.
Ramadan is asking you for 3 things: attention, intention, and direction.
Attention, being present in the month, not just physically fasting, but mentally here.
Intention, knowing why you're doing this. Not for culture, not for habit, but for something that truly matters to you.
Direction,
having a sense of where you want to go by the end of the 30 days. Who do you want to become?
Let me ask you this. If someone offered you 30 days in a private retreat, no distractions, no noise, just growth, would you prepare for it? Or would you just show up?
You would prepare, of course you would.
Ramadan is that retreat. It comes to your door every single year.
Repeat, Ramadan is my yearly retreat.
Ramadan is my yearly retreat.
I will not waste it.
I will not waste it. Now, we're going to go somewhere uncomfortable for a moment, and we ask you to stay with us.
Because this is the part most people skip, and it might be the most important part of all.
Soul preparation.
Before Ramadan begins, there's one question you must sit with quietly. Who have I wronged?
That's a heavy question.
It is, but it's necessary.
There's something that happens in the human heart when there's unresolved pain, either pain you caused or pain someone caused you. It creates a kind of wall, and when you fast, when you try to get close to something sacred, that wall doesn't disappear by itself.
You have to choose to take it down brick by brick.
Let me tell you about someone. I'll call him Tariq. Tariq was a man in his 40s. He had a brother he hadn't spoken with in almost 4 years. 4 years over money, over something that started small and grew into something enormous in his mind.
4 years is a long silence.
Very long. And every Ramadan, Tariq would fast. He would pray. He would try to feel the month. But something always blocked him. He could never quite reach that place of peace that others seemed to find.
What changed?
One evening, 2 weeks before Ramadan, he was sitting with his daughter. She was maybe 7 years old, and she asked him, completely out of nowhere, "Baba, do you have a best friend?" And he thought about it, and the face that came to his mind first was his brother. He sat there and he realized the person he missed most in the world was the person he had been punishing by staying silent. And that night, he wrote a message. Not a long message, just 6 words.
What did he write?
"I miss you. Can we talk?"
That's everything.
His brother replied in 4 minutes. 4 minutes after 4 years. And that Ramadan, he always says, was the first Ramadan he truly felt.
Because the wall was gone.
Because the wall was gone.
If there's someone in your life, a parent, sibling, friend, a colleague, someone you have disconnected with, use the weeks before Ramadan to reach out. You don't have to explain everything. You don't have to solve everything. Just reach.
Repeat. I choose to let go.
I choose to let go.
Forgiveness is a gift I give myself.
Forgiveness is a gift I give myself.
I open my heart before the month begins.
I open my heart before the month begins.
Let us shift now to the mind, because fasting is as much a mental exercise as it is a physical one.
Think about what happens when you fast. By midday, your body sends signals, hunger signals, thirst signals, tiredness signals. Your brain starts negotiating with you.
The brain is very creative when it's hungry.
It starts saying things like, just one sip of water, nobody will know. Or, you can skip this prayer, you're tired, Allah understands.
And this is the test, not just of the body, of the mind.
A strong mind doesn't mean a mind without temptation. It means a mind that has practiced saying, not right now, I've decided something more important.
And that practice starts before Ramadan.
How? By gently, slowly, honestly starting to look at where your attention goes every single day.
Here is a simple exercise. For 1 week before Ramadan, at the end of each day, write down 3 things. Where did my time go today? Where did my energy go? And what do I wish I had done instead?
Not to feel guilty, just to see clearly.
Because clarity is power. When you know your patterns, you can begin to shift them.
Maybe you spend 2 hours in the evening on your phone, watching things that drain you rather than fill you. That is useful information. It means in Ramadan, those 2 hours are already waiting to become something meaningful.
One of the most powerful mental preparations is what we call the Ramadan mindset shift. It is simple, but it works.
Every negative thought you have about Ramadan, replace it with a truthful alternative.
For example, if you think, Ramadan is going to be exhausting.
Replace it with, Ramadan is going to stretch me and I am ready to be stretched.
If you think, I am not a good enough Muslim to have a meaningful Ramadan.
Replace it with, Ramadan is exactly where people like me belong because it is for the ones who want to grow.
If you think, I always start strong and then fail.
Replace it with, this year I am starting differently with preparation.
Repeat. My mind is my greatest tool in Ramadan.
My mind is my greatest tool in Ramadan.
I prepare my thoughts before the month arrives.
I prepare my thoughts before the month arrives.
Now let us talk about the body, and we will keep this practical and simple.
The human body is remarkably adaptable, but it likes warning. It does not like surprises.
The body is like a careful traveler. It wants to pack before the journey.
So give it time. Starting 2 to 3 weeks before Ramadan, begin to gently shift your eating patterns. Reduce the amount of sugar you consume daily. This is one of the most important things you can do.
Why sugar specifically?
Because sugar creates sharp energy highs and then sharp crashes. And when you are fasting, those crashes hit much harder.
If your body is already accustomed to steadier energy from whole foods, oats, legumes, vegetables, proteins, fasting will feel more manageable.
Also, and this is very important, practice being present while you eat. This sounds strange, but hear us out.
Many of us eat while watching something, scrolling something, thinking about something else. We're not actually with our food.
But when Ramadan comes, suhoor, the pre-dawn meal, is a quiet, intentional moment. And if you have never practiced eating with presence, it can feel unfamiliar.
So start now. Once a day, eat one meal without your phone, without the TV. Just eat. Taste. Be there.
And notice how differently you feel after a meal eaten with presence versus one eaten in distraction.
For sleep, start gradually adjusting. Move your bedtime earlier by 15 minutes each night. This is not dramatic. 15 minutes, but over 2 weeks, it adds up.
Because suhoor requires you to wake in the early hours of the morning. And if your body has never practiced this, the first week of Ramadan can feel brutal.
But if you have already been gently shifting, it becomes an invitation rather than an alarm.
Repeat. I respect my body by preparing it.
I respect my body by preparing it.
My body is a gift I will honor this Ramadan.
My body is a gift I will honor this Ramadan. Now let us talk about goals, because almost everyone sets Ramadan goals, and almost everyone abandons them by the second week.
We say that with love.
With so much love, but it is true.
The reason goals collapse is usually 2 things. Either they are too big, so big that it creates pressure instead of progress, or they are too vague, so vague that there is nothing to actually hold on to.
Here is a goal that will not work. I will be the best version of myself this Ramadan.
That sounds beautiful, but what does that mean on Tuesday morning when you're tired and hungry and you have a meeting in 20 minutes?
Exactly. It means nothing specific, so it gives you nothing to hold.
Here is a goal that will work. Every day of Ramadan, before I sleep, I will write 1 sentence about something I am grateful for from that day.
Specific, manageable, meaningful.
Here's another. I will donate a small, fixed amount every Friday of Ramadan, even if it is very small. Consistency matters more than amount.
Or this one. I will memorize the meaning of one short surah during this Ramadan, not the Arabic recitation, but what the words actually mean.
These are goals that survive contact with real life.
Think of it this way. A tiny fire that burns for 30 days changes the entire room. A huge fire that burns for 3 days and goes out leaves nothing but ash.
Be the small, consistent fire.
Write down 3 goals right now before this video ends. 3 specific ones.
And write them somewhere you'll see them, not buried in your notes app, somewhere visible, on your mirror, on a sticky note by your bed.
Because we forget. We all forget. And that's not a failure, it's just human. So make it easy to remember.
Repeat. My goals are small and strong.
My goals are small and strong.
Consistency is my superpower.
Consistency is my superpower. Ramadan is not a solo experience. Even when it feels personal, it's lived with the people around you.
Your family, your housemates, your colleagues, your neighbors.
And often, Ramadan brings out both the best and the most difficult in relationships, because hunger and tiredness have a way of removing our filters.
Yes, the things we normally swallow sometimes come out during Ramadan.
So one of the wisest things you can do before Ramadan begins is to have honest, gentle conversations with the people in your home.
Not a formal meeting, nothing that feels heavy or formal, just a real conversation over tea, maybe a few days before the month begins.
Something like, "This Ramadan, I want us to be kinder to each other. I want us to check in more. What would make this month feel meaningful for you?"
And listen. Actually listen to the answer.
Because sometimes your child wants something so small. Maybe they just want to wake up with you for suhoor once. Maybe your spouse just wants 10 minutes of quiet conversation after iftar.
These small things, when they are planned, become the memories that last for years.
Also, think about your physical space. A cluttered, chaotic home creates a cluttered, chaotic mental state.
You don't need to redecorate, you don't need to buy anything, but spend one afternoon, maybe a weekend before Ramadan, clearing out your prayer space. Make it clean, make it calm.
Light a small lamp. Place your Quran somewhere beautiful. Create a corner that tells your body and your mind, this is where we come to be still.
And when you walk into that corner, day after day, you will feel it shift something inside you.
Environment is powerful. We become what surrounds us.
Repeat. I create a space that invites peace.
I create a space that invites peace.
My home reflects my intention.
My home reflects my intention. Now, let us talk about something very real. Most of us don't live in a monastery.
We have jobs, we have schools, we have bosses who send emails at 9 in the evening.
We have deadlines and traffic and children who need things and phones that never stop ringing.
And yet, Ramadan asks us to carry all of that and also carry worship and reflection and connection and growth.
So how do you do it without breaking?
First, and this is something many people overlook, tell the people around you. Not in a dramatic way, just simply and clearly.
A conversation with a colleague or a manager might sound like, "Just so you know, Ramadan starts soon. I will be fasting during the day. No food or water. My energy might be different in the afternoons. I wanted to be upfront about it."
That is it. Simple, respectful, clear.
Most people respond with curiosity rather than judgment, and some will even be inspired by it.
Second, reorganize your energy, not just your time.
Our energy is not the same throughout the day when we are fasting. In the early hours after Fajr, many people feel surprisingly alert and focused. Use that window.
Put your most important work there, the creative thinking, the difficult tasks, the things that need your full attention.
The afternoon, closer to iftar, is when the body slows. Use that time for simpler tasks, responding to messages, administrative work, meetings that do not require deep thinking.
And above all, protect your patience. Fasting and frustration are a difficult combination.
Before a difficult meeting or a challenging conversation during Ramadan, take 30 seconds, literally 30 seconds. Breathe, remind yourself of your intention.
You are fasting not just from food, you are fasting from reactions that you will regret.
That one is the harder fast, honestly.
Much harder.
Repeat, I bring my full self to Ramadan, including my real life.
I bring my full self to Ramadan, including my real life.
I balance work and worship with wisdom.
I balance work and worship with wisdom. Something that nobody warned me about the first time I truly tried to have a deep Ramadan experience was how emotional it got.
Tell them more about that.
Fasting strips away distraction, and when distraction is gone, everything you have been avoiding rises to the surface. Old grief, old guilt, old questions about who you are and what you want from this life.
And that can feel overwhelming if you are not ready for it. So we want to say to you now, before Ramadan comes, this is normal. What you feel in those quiet moments of Ramadan, the unexpected tears during dua, the sudden wave of sadness, the unexpected wave of joy, these are not signs that something is wrong. They are signs that something is waking up.
The Quran was not given to a people who had no questions. It was given to hearts in search of something real.
And your heart, searching, questioning, broken in places, hopeful in others, is exactly the kind of heart Ramadan was made for.
So do not be afraid of what surfaces. Be curious about it. Journal it. Talk to someone you trust. Bring it into your dua. Say, Allah, I do not understand this feeling, but I bring it to you.
That is an honest prayer, and honest prayers are heard. Repeat, my emotions in Ramadan are welcome.
My emotions in Ramadan are welcome.
I do not run from what rises, I bring it to the light.
I do not run from what rises, I bring it to the light.
Now we want to speak for a moment about the last 10 nights of Ramadan. Even though we are talking about this before the month begins, these nights are so significant that they deserve mention now, during preparation.
The last 10 nights contain what is known as Laylat al-Qadr, a night described as being more valuable than 1,000 months of worship, more than 80 years of sincere prayer in one night.
And most people arrive at those nights exhausted, depleted, having spent the first 20 days either burning too bright or losing their motivation by the second week.
So one of the most important things you can do in your preparation right now is plan to arrive at the last 10 nights with something left.
This means pacing yourself, not giving everything in the first 3 days and collapsing by day 10.
Think of it like a long journey. You don't sprint at the start and crawl to the finish. You pace, you breathe, you save energy for the most significant part of the road.
Start planning now what those nights will look like for you. Maybe you'll take annual leave from work for the last few days. Maybe you'll arrange for someone to help with the children's routines.
Maybe the plan is simply, in the last 10 nights, I will sleep after Tarawih and wake an hour before Suhoor to sit in silence with my Lord.
Simple, but intentional. And intention, as we have said, is everything.
Repeat, I will arrive at the last 10 nights ready.
I will arrive at the last 10 nights ready.
I pace myself. I protect my energy.
I pace myself. I protect my energy.
Let's talk about something that happens every year, in almost every home, in almost every heart.
Eid arrives, the month ends, and within a week, sometimes within days, everything returns to exactly as it was before. The phone habits, the sleep patterns, the distance from Quran, the short temper. And people feel a strange kind of grief about this, like they held something precious and then watched it slip away.
Why does this happen? Because Ramadan was treated as a destination rather than a departure point.
If you see Ramadan as the finish line, of course, after you cross it, you stop running. But what if Ramadan is actually the starting line?
What if the growth, the habits, the closeness, those are the beginning of a new version of how you live?
Here's a practice that helps. On the 28th or 29th day of Ramadan, before it ends, sit quietly and choose one thing, just one.
One habit from this Ramadan that you will carry forward. Not 10 things, not a whole new lifestyle. One thing.
Maybe it's the gratitude sentence you wrote every night. Maybe it's the morning recitation, even just one page. Maybe it's the Friday charity. Maybe it's calling your estranged sibling.
One thing, carried with intention, becomes a thread that keeps you connected to what Ramadan opened in you.
And the following Ramadan, you arrive not from zero, but from the place that last Ramadan left you.
You build, year by year, slowly, beautifully, like a house made of real stone that actually lasts.
Repeat. Ramadan is my starting point, not my ending point.
Ramadan is my starting point, not my ending point.
I carry one good thing forward.
I carry one good thing forward.
I grow year by year.
I grow year by year.
Before we close today, we want you to do something right now, not later, right now.
Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Imagine yourself on the first evening of Ramadan. The fast is broken. The room is quiet. You feel ready. You feel whole. You feel like you showed up for this month, for yourself, for the people you love.
Hold that image. That's not a fantasy. That's a plan. And today, this conversation is the first step of that plan.
Preparation isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional.
It's about saying, this month matters to me, and I will treat it like it matters.
Ramadan is coming, and you are already preparing. That means something. That means a lot.
From all of us here at Talk, Learn, Teach, Ramadan Mubarak in advance. May this month bring you clarity where you feel confused, healing where you feel broken, and closeness where you feel far.
And may you arrive at Eid feeling like someone who truly lived 30 days, not just survived them.
Thank you for spending this time with us today. It genuinely means the world.
Now, here's what we need from you. If this episode moved you even a little, please subscribe to Talk, Learn, Teach right now. We create content exactly like this, content that grows your English and grows your heart.
Share this with someone who is preparing for Ramadan, a friend, a parent, a young person who needs to hear that Ramadan is a gift, not a burden.
And down in the comments, we want to hear from you. Tell us, what is one thing you are going to do differently to prepare for Ramadan this year? Just one thing. Write it down. Make it real by saying it out loud.
Or tell us which part of today's episode hit you the most. Was it Tariq and his brother? Was it the idea of Ramadan as a starting line? We read every single comment, every one.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember,
The best time to prepare was last month. The second best time
is right now. Talk, learn, teach. We'll see you in the next one.